Hello to all of you amazing web slingers. Welcome to Livin on the Edge, the podcast all about our friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. My name is Alec. I am one of your hosts. You can follow me at @_TheSmartAlec on Twitter.
And I'm Brian. You can follow me at Redo Reviews on Twitter.
Did I delay or something? Or
you cut out as soon as you said you can follow me on.
Oh, you can follow me at _TheSmartAlec on Twitter. I think I have to keep looking at the ring on my icon on Discord to make sure that I'm still talking.
Up. Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, those are our Twitters. If you want to follow the podcast on Twitter, go to @LOTE_podcast. And if you go to our website, we post daily reviews, news, editorials, and all that jazz. I skipped on Comics Ground, didn't I?
I was about to say you forgot the other one.
I'm just messing up this intro. I'm sorry.
It's fine.
I do not care to start over again because this will just make it funnier.
You know what? Fair enough. We'll keep going.
So if you guys want to follow, fuck it, we'll do it live. If you guys want to follow On Comics Ground on Twitter, go to @OnComicsGround and go to our website where we post daily reviews, news, editorials, and all that jazz. So, Brian, how are you doing tonight?
Pretty good. The new Clone Wars episode came out. I know we talked about it before we started recording. You haven't seen it yet.
Yeah, I haven't watched Clone Wars all the way through yet. I just know vaguely about what happens through everything, so I just need to watch it again one day. But
it's a good show.
I just remember seeing the movie in theaters when it came out.
Man, I did too. I went with my dad to go see that thing, and both of us were kind of bored.
It's just like who the fuck cares about Jabba the Hutt's son? Who cares?
No one, because he appeared in like 2 episodes afterwards and was never mentioned again.
Yeah,
I feel like he probably ate him.
Probably.
It's Jabba, so who knows?
Honestly, the movie was probably just to introduce Ahsoka.
Yeah, it was like. It was only like 4 of the first episodes, and George Lucas was like, "Great, make it a movie," and everyone was like, "What?" And then,
do it.
Yeah.
When
George Lucas says to do something, you got to do it.
Essentially, yeah.
Nowadays, you don't got to listen to him. He's hanging out on Skywalker Ranch for the rest of his life.
Yeah, as he deserves.
Yeah.
No, I don't say that in a mean way. He doesn't deserve to deal with you nerds anymore.
No. He deserves to live the rest of his life quietly, and
he's been through way too fucking much for any of this.
The prequels alone has earned that man a lifetime retirement.
Yeah. Things have been interesting. I beat Doom Eternal after complaining about it for 2 weeks. I finally got Doom Eternal, and I beat it. It's very, very hard. It's like I got near frustration levels of I got levels of frustration nearly equal to that of Jedi Fallen Order.
Ooh.
Especially fighting Terran Malicos and Trilla at the end.
Yeah.
Those were hard. I hate it. But then again, like I was bad at the game. I rarely used a regular dodge thing. I forgot that even existed. I just always assumed when dodging, I had to roll out of the way.
You forgot the just regular dodge.
Yeah. So that screwed me over throughout the game. And I felt so stupid when I looked at other people playing. I'm like, oh, I can just hit circle and not have to worry about anything.
Yep, I trust me, I feel you, because earlier this week I was playing Persona 5 Royal and I was on the same boss fight for like 3 hours straight, and I wanted to die in real life.
Yeah, I saw your tweets about it. You were up to like what, 4 a.m.
Yeah.
Doing it?
My sleep schedule is dead. I killed it, so I can't sleep anymore. So
I'm trying I'm trying to retain a sleep schedule because it's the one thing that's like maintaining my sanity. It's the only schedule I ever have.
Exactly. It's the one schedule I have left, and it's gone. I killed it.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it was the worst, and thankfully it wasn't me being a total idiot. I've looked into it. Everyone hates that fight because it's so bad. So apparently it is considered the worst part of the entire game. So
yeah.
I'm almost beat Royal. I beat up to where the original Persona 5 ends, which is you shoot fucking God in the face with a bullet made of the 7 deadly sins. I'm not even kidding.
I didn't know Persona 5 involved that.
Yeah.
I did not know that.
It's fucking awesome. You just summon your persona, which is like a goat. It's a fucking stand from JoJo, you know?
Oh, yeah.
You summon that and you just say pillage them, and it just pulls out a giant fucking gun.
I saw this meme where it's like Smash Bros, where it's like a bunch of people holding up blasters, and then you have Joker with just a pistol. Yeah, it's so funny.
Has a gun. The best part is in the game, it's not even a real gun, but with the way like the world works, as long as the enemy thinks it's real, it works.
Sure, why not?
It's complicated and makes way more sense in context. And that is Persona 5 in a fucking nutshell. The cat that becomes a bus. Just roll with it.
Oh my god. Yeah. Doom Eternal is like what I love is that it has like such a nice sense of humor. Like
oh yeah.
This isn't really a spoiler, but like about like a third way through the game, or like kind of halfway, you get Samuel Hayden back, and like all of a sudden he's like, oh, you need to go to the Mars core in order to get to this place to do this thing. And Vega is like, oh, Dr. Hayden, there's no pathways to the center of Mars. Then you look up the BFG 10,000, which is just a giant BFG. And Vega's like, oh, I see what you mean. And then Samuel Hayden's like, you can't just shoot a hole into the surface of Mars. And then the mission objective is shoot a hole into the surface of Mars. It's my favorite. And it's funny because it's like, you know how Doom 2016 ends with Samuel sending you back to hell because he's like, oh, so we beat them, but I'm gonna take this thing from you and I'm gonna send you back to hell. It's funny because
lightsaber keyblade.
It's essentially what it is. It's essentially a hell keyblade.
Straight up is, and I want that shit in Kingdom Hearts, whatever the fuck the next one's gonna be called.
It won't come out till 2035. I'm guaranteed. Yeah, on PS8 or whatever. But yeah. So you basically I lost my train of thought for a sec. What I was gonna say is it's funny because you never you never try to make him explain why his actions, because essentially him sending you back to hell fucked everything over. Because the demons immediately after 2016 invaded Earth and started consuming Earth. So it was like immediately after that, and Samuel went back to Earth. It's like, oh, we're in deep shit. I should not have sent the Slayer back to hell.
I should not have sent the guy who made it his life's mission to kill demons away when the demons invaded.
Yeah. And what's funny is that you're not even mad at him. You just do everything so petty to spite him. Like when you get him back, he's just like a torso with a head and like one arm. An employee, like a scientist, like we have to extract him very delicately. You just yank him out. And then when the Marauder comes in and the portal to your ship opens up behind you, you just throw him into the portal.
Yeah.
And every time Samuel Hayden's like, you can't do this thing, you just do it.
Angry characters doing things in spite of the people they hate is the greatest thing.
Yeah, I don't even think the Slayer hates Hayden. I think he's just like, you're an idiot.
Exactly. I will do the opposite of whatever
Yeah.
you tell me. Just learn.
Yeah. But anyway, Doom Eternal is a good game. It's very hard, especially if you play on consoles, because on PC they have the luxury of switching weapons at any given point using one of the number keys. On consoles, you only have two weapons you can switch immediately, and then any others you have to select through the wheel.
Yeah.
Which like slows down stuff and kind of makes it harder to strategize. There was one other thing that made it harder on consoles, but I can't remember. But it's very hard, but it's very, very fun and very satisfying. But anyway, we are not the Doom podcast. We are a Spider-Man podcast.
Or are we the Persona podcast?
Yeah. So last episode was part 1 of a Gwen Stacy duology.
I would just like to say before we get started, this was not my idea. I had nothing to do with this.
But I'm gonna let you. I'm gonna let you do the. When we get to the main topic, I'm gonna let you take it because this is your expertise. This is my field. This is your field. This is your major. So
terrible comic book events that everyone wishes didn't happen, but I constantly remind them of. Yes.
So when we get to that, I will let you take it from there and lead the discussion because this is your pride and joy.
It was.
But before we get into that, we got some big news. Some of which came out right before we started this thing.
Yeah,
so,
like you sent me the agenda, and like 5 minutes later, oh shit, more stuff.
And it's not small stuff; it's big stuff.
It's important.
All of this news is going to be really big, which like we could just make a whole episode dedicated to it, but this is episode 30. We got to do something big for episode 30. So, which by the way, 30th episode, yay! Once again, thank you guys for joining us all this way and tuning into every episode. It's been a lot of fun, and thank you for bearing with us throughout the past year and a few months as we've been like finding our footing and all that stuff. I mean, we're still learning and trying to improve. So, once again, thank you guys for joining us. So, let's get into it. So in 2018 we were graced with cinema known as Venom, directed by Ruben Fleischer.
Let the devil in.
What?
Knock knock, let the devil in.
No. Malevolent as I've ever been.
Look, it's still playing on that radio. I can't.
It is. Still playing on the radio. I have not made that photo of the banner for our Twitter yet. I need to do that. I don't know why I haven't.
I know I made it mine.
Yeah. By the way, we haven't addressed this, I don't think. The new art used as our main thumbnail for our page on Spotify and Apple Podcasts and YouTube and everything. It's done by Brian right here.
Press it because I can't hear him. Oh no.
What?
Oh, you cut out right as you said we haven't addressed this yet, and then you stopped.
Oh shit! I didn't look at the circle thing, but
it's like,
we haven't.
I guess we'll never address it because I don't know.
Okay, we'll address it now. The thumbnail art that is used on our Spotify page and our Apple Podcast page and Google Play page and Stitcher page and YouTube video versions of these. It's done by you, actually. You made this.
Yeah,
and it's very.
I got bored when quarantine started, and I dug up my drawing tablet, and I was like, I want to do something for the podcast, so I'm just gonna try this. And it started as just me drawing my Spider-Sona, and then I was like, what if I drew Alex too? And then it just exploded.
Does your Spider-Sona have a name?
I've settled on Recluse.
Oh, right. I like Recluse. That's good.
Yeah.
Mine is Water Spider because I'm born at a beach. I'm from a beach town, and all my family lives in beach areas. Most of my family lives in Atlantic City, so
Makes sense.
yeah. So, you did those, and then like I was just like, what if we put in this? Like, what if we put in like a Spider-Man Kojima conspiracy thing and a radio playing Venom by Eminem.
Yeah.
And just grew more and more from there.
Yeah, I think like every 15 minutes I sent you an update on what I added onto the thing. It just kept getting bigger and bigger.
Yeah. And it turned out beautiful. It's a very, very good piece of art.
I was super proud of how the conspiracy board turned out.
Oh, it turned out beautifully. I love it. It's my favorite thing.
Yeah, that is my favorite running gag we've ever done. And
it's like that.
Make more so I can just add more to it.
Well, one of the running gags on there is something we're talking about tonight. But once again, before
that might be my other favorite.
Okay. Back on topic. In 2018, we were graced with cinema in the form of Venom, directed by Ruben Fleischer, starring Thomas Hardy, Michelle Williams, Riz Ahmed, and it was a fun movie. It was a fun, bland movie. It was so like, it's not a good movie, but it's
call it good.
It's one of those movies that's fun to watch as like a meme movie, essentially.
Yeah,
like it's fun to watch it for the joke.
Yeah, it's a cheesy 90s Venom comic in movie form.
Essentially. And a lot of people are like, and like, yeah, it is accurate in that sense, but I'm just like, doesn't make it good. Not really. But so basically, ever since then, the post-credits scene was Annie, Woody Harrelson in an Annie wig, being Southern and being like, when I get out of here, there's gonna be hell. And so
and the title of Venom 2.
Oh yeah. So a few days ago, first it was just like a tweet from some news sources, but then the Venom account, tweeted it itself. It tweeted this beautiful, stunning 19-second video of the title being revealed. And you'd think it's Carnage is the main villain. Is it going to be called Maximum Carnage? Absolute Carnage? No. Let there be carnage. Did I cut out again?
No, you said it. You got it.
Okay. You were just stalling because you were like trying to process it and be like, why did they choose it? Why did they choose it?
Yeah, no, I'm just in my corner thinking Maximum Carnage was right there.
Like even just simply Carnage would have been fine. I don't know. It's just like Let There Be Carnage is such a busy title.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't roll off the tongue, and it doesn't.
No, and it doesn't have any again, Maximum Carnage has name recognition because there's a fucking Sega Genesis game.
Exactly.
Like people know what that is, or at least think they've heard of that. You'll get more attention with Maximum Carnage than Let There Be Carnage.
It's just so...
It's a mouthful.
It's a mouthful, and it sounds like it's trying to be so poetic. In a way.
And it's like... It's Woody Harrelson in a Ronald McDonald wig.
Yeah, I'm in the minority where I feel like his wig in Venom 2 looks even worse than...
I think as a wig or as a hair, it's better, but the color is wrong.
They just needed to make it the color from 2016 Venom. Like, the problem with the wig wasn't the color; it was that it looked stupid on Woody Harrelson. Like if it was like Cameron Monaghan or something, I'd be like, okay, that's
you cut.
Yeah.
Okay.
What?
Oh, there you go. You were cutting in and out right there.
Ah, shit. Sorry everybody, but basically, I was saying like the problem with the wig wasn't the color; it was just that it looked cheap and stupid. Are you there?
Yeah.
Did I cut out again?
You're cutting out right now, actually. Do you have that noise suppression thing on again?
Let me check. No, I don't.
Maybe
Damn,
there might be something up with the mic then.
Here, me.
Technical difficulties. Don't worry.
Sorry, everybody.
Hey, I had mine last episode. It's your turn.
Yeah. Every episode, it's not living on the edge. Is this better?
Hopefully you haven't cut out yet, so
Okay, good. Okay. I was having my mic facing a different way, so maybe it was that. I don't know, but we'll see.
you said the problem with the wig wasn't.
Yeah. So the problem with the wig wasn't the color. It was just that it looked stupid and cheap.
Yeah, it looked like Ronald McDonald.
It did, and now he just looks like a middle-aged man going through a midlife crisis.
Okay, but that's not unfitting.
I mean, yeah, but Cletus Cassidy isn't really a middle man. He's like
he's like late 20s.
Yeah, like when I think of Cletus Cassidy, I think of like somewhat young Psycho. Like I don't think of Woody Harrelson.
No.
And I mean, it's not saying I'm adverse to an older actor playing Cletus Cassidy. It's just that I don't see Woody Harrelson as him.
No, I can't see Woody Harrelson being a good Carnage.
And I mean, he could surprise us in the future.
Oh yeah, no. If he surprises me and he's actually really good, I'll take back everything I said.
But it's just that, like, from the set photos, they're definitely going the goofy scenery chewing route, and it may be enjoyable. It's just not what I want from the first appearance of Carnage.
Yeah. I will say though, I love that Hawaiian shirt.
It's definitely something Cletus would wear. It's like the outfit is like that's Cletus, and it would be even cooler if that's actually the symbiote in disguise on him.
Yeah, I really want the shirt to like melt into the symbiote. And
they haven't touched on that at all. They haven't like introduced that concept, or it's like symbiote can hide his clothes on somebody. Or it's like I'm hoping Eddie Brock's like leather jacket in the set photos is actually Venom, because that would be kind of cool.
Because in the first movie, it just kind of like disappeared under his clothes, I guess.
Like it just disappeared inside his blood, which I'm like, it's kind of creepy, but you don't really do anything with it.
Yeah, like I feel like the most they did with that was when he was yelling at the neighbor and his face turned into Venom for like a split second.
Yeah, and there was like a bunch of deleted scenes where it showed him dancing weirdly for some reason. Like Venom was forcing him to dance in public, which I'm just like, I don't know. It's like it's like this.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like this stuff isn't inaccurate, but it's like when I think of Venom, this is the stuff I think of. Like,
yeah, like I'm all for goofy Venom on occasion, but like this is kind of a bit much.
I like goofy Venom better with Spider-Man.
Yeah.
When he's cracking jokes towards Spider-Man, I like that more.
Yeah, and Spider-Man's just like, what the hell are you talking about?
Yeah. Like, when they
beat me like a week ago?
Exactly. That's what makes it funny, but when it's just Venom on his own, I'm okay, you're kind of overcooking it a bit. Like,
yeah. I will say, though, I do like the dynamic Eddie and Venom have.
It was the best part of the movie.
Yeah. I don't like that Venom and Riot and all of them have names.
Because it makes no sense.
Like they're it doesn't make sense that these guys would name themselves after human, like, Earth things.
And like, why would Eddie and Venom say we are Venom when Venom is a singular being and Eddie is like yeah, like even in the comics, Eddie doesn't know his name. Like
they usually try to keep it that the symbiote doesn't have an actual name.
Yeah. Well, like Talcar, I think that's his name, the one who was like the first host of the Venom symbiote, said to Eddie, like, do you even know your symbiote's own name? No, either he said it or the Maker said that.
I think it was Maker who said it.
Yeah, that's right. Maker said that.
Yeah, it's like you don't even know its name.
Yeah.
Like, why do you care?
Before I like caught up with everything, I thought the name of the symbiote was Clintar before I knew that was the name of the race.
Yeah, that was the species. And then Null was like, no, you idiot, that's their word for cage.
Because the planet is literally just a for Null.
Yeah, and I love Silver Surfer Black, which is also written by Donny Cates. Silver Surfer like ends up like billions of years in the past or something. And he finds the planet of the symbiotes and it tries to eat him.
Jesus.
It just becomes like a giant mouth and just tries to swallow him.
God, see, that stuff I want to see in an event.
Right?
See more of that stuff. It just feels like they're not really doing that. And here's the thing, like, something I wanted to touch on, the music in like this little teaser is really good. Like, it's really haunting and like
it's creepy as hell. I love it.
It sounds a little too similar to Predator's theme in Into the Spider-Verse, but like it sounds really terrifying. Like it gave me like chills, and I'm just like
an impression. It left a good impression on like knock knock, let the devil in.
Boy. But like
I hope to God he's working on a song called
Let him make a Carnage song, please. Let Cletus be driving his car and having that playing on the radio.
Yes.
Make it that so like he's like, what are we gonna call ourselves? And then he listens on the radio. Yeah. Here's Eminem's Carnage. And then he's like, we got it. Yeehaw.
All right. I am on board. Please give Carnage a cowboy hat.
I love it. Love it. But
like it's not even like a symbiote cowboy hat. It's just a regular one he found and just wears.
It's like an amazing for no reason.
No.
While all the people were dying and being electrocuted, by the way. So but basically
it was a good look.
It was a good look, but Electro fried people when Spider-Man just disappeared to put that on.
No, it's fine. No one died.
I think the people who turned to dust would disagree with me. But
there's no body.
No proof. No proof. But
that's how it works.
Yeah. But basically, looking at this, like hearing this music, I'm just like, I know that realistically Sony is not going to take that risk. Sony is not going to,
because like even the horror route.
Because even though like Joker's made $1 billion, they're not going to risk putting in jeopardy their like attempt to have Venom and Spider-Man crossover.
Yeah, they're not going to risk their PG-13 meal ticket.
But at the same time, I'm just like, what if when that first trailer comes out, it is legitimately something completely unexpected? And like, for example, I was saying this in a group chat, what if like there's a scene in the trailer where it's just like Eddie walks into a room or a alleyway or a street just lined with bloody bodies, and it plays that music from...
That'd be great.
That would be so cool. And I'd be like, here's the thing. The only way for me to be really genuinely interested in this movie is if they're like, okay, we're gonna go the horror-ish route. We're gonna go the thriller suspense route and be like, and like play up the theme of impending doom or carnage, essentially. And because that would be like, oh shit, like the people who like Venom 1 would be like, we've gotten to know Eddie, we've gotten to know Venom, we kind of got to know Anne Wang. This looks like it's putting them in an entirely new and different situation.
Yeah.
This could be really cool.
Yeah,
and
they need that after in Venom 1 where they took Riot and just made him a gray Carnage.
Essentially, yeah. Like show
they
that
need something to help Carnage stand above Riot because Riot had all of his moves. So what's he going to bring to the table that's any different?
Exactly. And like essentially like there were some rumors that like the trailer was going to end like when people were like, when's the trailer going to come out? There was like a rumor that the trailer was going to end with Carnage killing kids, which I'm like, oof. That is, I don't know if they put that in the trailer, but like that would be.
I don't know if they're ever going to go that far.
Yeah, but like that's stuff like that is stuff I want them to do to play up how terrifying Carnage is going to be, like just how much of a threat he is, not because of like his power level or anything, but because he's a legitimate psychopath with superpowers.
Terrifying.
He is a Joker if Joker had like a symbiote, essentially.
He's Joker with Venom powers.
Exactly. And that's super terrifying. So like I'm just hoping, like part of me is just hoping that like maybe, because like I trust Andy Serkis as a director. Right? He's a good actor and a good director. But like, it's like I'm just like I want Sony to just be like, okay, this is Carnage. Let's give them Carnage. Like
let's give this movie the R rating that the first one clearly wanted.
It probably, I still believe to this day that the first movie was cut down at the last second to be PG-13.
I am positive that happened.
I am 100% positive there's an R-rated cut out there somewhere.
I am more than positive that Avi Arad is sitting on the one R-rated version of Venom and will never let anyone touch it.
Because they literally said in 2017 that it was going to be R-rated.
Yep.
They said that. They kept saying that.
And the trailers came out and said PG-13 and everyone was like, what the fuck?
It was rated like 2 weeks before the movie came out. It was that down to the wire.
That's like, right, it was. Oh, that was bad.
It's all because Avi Arad was like, the kids love Venom, and it's like, okay, kids love Deadpool too.
Yeah.
Like, it's just...
Like, I understand your mentality here, but if your plan is to make it accessible to kids, then make it PG-13 from the start.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I am hoping that the success of Joker lets studios know that they do not have to be afraid of an R rating anymore.
Yeah.
Because
I will admit, I'm the first to say R rating doesn't equal good.
Exactly, yeah.
But some characters you should just at least try to push that envelope a bit.
Like, for example, I really want to. I've heard good things about it. From what I've seen, I don't necessarily understand why it had to be R-rated.
Which movie? Sorry, you cut out when you said
sorry, Birds of Prey.
Oh, yeah. Honestly, that's a
movie that felt like it sought out to be R-rated for the sake of it.
Yeah, honestly, I feel like you could... The most that makes that movie R-rated is, saying fuck a lot.
And some stuff that Black Mask does.
Violence and stuff. And yeah, that too.
It's like there's no themes, essentially, that really warrant...
It's not essential for the movie to be good.
Because, I mean, most of the characters are, in the comics, essentially PG-13 characters.
Yeah. Like, I feel like Huntress, you could skirt that line, but other than that, yeah, no, you could totally make that movie PG-13 and it'd be fine.
Yeah. With Venom and Carnage, it's like
Venom, you can make PG-13 happen.
Carnage, it's just Carnage.
Is more the beast.
If you made Carnage PG-13, you'd be doing a major disservice to the character.
Yeah, like it can work, but it's nowhere near as effective.
Exactly. And it wouldn't be interesting. It wouldn't be as interesting if you went that far. But basically, in short, I want this movie to be like, okay, look, we're going to take the kid gloves off. Yeah. We're going to go all out with this. Because if it is, I think it's going to be a lot more memorable.
Yes.
Because Venom 1 is only memorable in terms of memes. Yeah, it's essentially the same reason why the prequels are memorable.
Yeah.
Because of memes.
Yeah, the memes will carry on for generations.
But like
the movies in themselves will not so much.
Yeah. That's why I want Venom 2 to like actually do something bold and unique in order to be memorable.
Yeah. I did just want to add that the only PG-13 Carnage I've seen work is the 90s cartoon, and he was only in it for like 2 episodes before they got rid of him.
And even then it was like very hokey. Because it's just like
they still had to tone him down a lot. Where it's like they gave him like soul sucking power.
Yeah, they wouldn't let him kill anybody. They had him just suck the people's souls out, essentially.
Yeah, the whole Dormammu thing in that show was weird.
It was weird.
I don't understand why they decided to bring in Doctor Strange villains and have Spider-Man fight them so much.
Like, where was Doctor Strange when Spider-Man was back? Dormammu. I don't get it.
He was there in one of those episodes.
Yeah, I don't know. But
I love that show, but it's weird.
It is. But like I just think if I see the trailer and it's just the same stuff from Venom, just very hokey, funny stuff, I'm gonna be like, I don't know. But so anyway, the movie is called Venom: Let There Be Carnage. It's a mouthful, and it's got a new release date of June 21st, 2021. No, June 25th, 2021. It took the Batman's slot because Batman moved to October of that year.
Yep.
So that's leading into the next.
Speaking of delays.
Oh God! Again, this happened right before we're recording on Friday.
Literally half an hour before we started.
Yeah, we're recording on Friday the 24th, like at night, and this happened like
7:48.
Yeah, you sent me these articles, and I was just like, oh boy.
Yeah.
So Sony finally was like, okay, we're gonna cave in and say some stuff because we can't we can't
in good conscience release these movies this early.
Yeah. Because I mean they already delayed Morbius and Ghostbusters Afterlife.
Yeah. But they had like 10 other movies.
Oh, you cut out for a sec.
Oh, sorry. I was about to say, but they delayed those 2, but they had a bunch of other movies in the backlog.
Yeah. So first up, big one. They're all big ones, but this is a big one.
Yeah.
Spider-Man 3, delayed to November 5th, 2021.
Yeah. I gotta say, I did not think they were ever going to give up that July time slot for Spider-Man.
Oh, no, I did not believe... Like, I was like, they're going to hold that until, like, the last minute. Like, they're going to hold that until July of this year, and then...
Yeah, I figured they were going to hold it till July 1st, and they look out the window and see everything's on fire, and like, okay, maybe we can push it back a little.
Yeah. But, I mean...
if that happens in 2021, I'm so sorry, everyone.
Oh, knock on wood.
Ow.
But
my walls are concrete.
Oh. Well, concrete stronger than wood, so I mean that means you're knocking.
Stronger luck.
Stronger luck. But anyway, so yeah, Spider-Man 3 is now releasing on November 5th. This is going to be the first Spider-Man movie to release outside of the... Well, no. Into the Spider-Verse released in December of...
Yeah. The first live action, then.
First live action movie to not be in the summer, which is interesting. So because of this, the interesting thing is a movie that also took that date was Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness.
Yep.
Now that has been delayed to March 25th, 2022, and Thor: Love and Thunder is still in February.
I think it got pushed like a week.
Yeah, it got moved up to February 11th.
Yeah, it was originally February 18th.
Yeah. Which, I mean, makes sense. It's kind of the same thing with Captain Marvel and Endgame, where it's like, it's kind of a month apart, but there's still enough space in between the two. Yeah. Kind of, sort of.
Yeah.
But
2021 is going to be a busy month. Or year. Fuck.
2020, both years are going to be busy years at this point.
Like I got them all mixed up in my head.
Yeah. Well, I mean, time is essentially a social construct, especially now with quarantine. So
yeah, no, I mentioned it. My sleep schedule is dead. I killed it.
Yeah,
it no longer exists.
So honestly, I think this move is gonna benefit Spidey 3 in the long run.
Oh yeah.
Like, not even in like terms of, pandemic and coronavirus, but like the fact that I was just like, okay, do they have enough time to get the script together? Because it's been like, because even in March, it was just kind of like, we have heard nothing about like what Spidey 3 is kind of going to be like.
Yeah, no, we've heard like small rumors here and there, but we haven't gotten any kind of like idea of what the movie
like
actually
the most we've heard is that not Craven. Craven was just a hopeful thing, but
yeah, Craven's still a rumor. We have no idea who the villain is.
Yeah, but basically like all we've heard is like the shooting locations, one of them being ice, and I think that's it.
All we know as like concrete are the shooting locations, and Scorpion's actor posted a single tweet of him and a scorpion emoji.
And now he's playing coy on whether or not he's, to me, means he's going to be in the movie.
If an actor does anything like that and then immediately is like, I have no idea what you're talking about, they're clearly in it.
Like, if they say they can neither confirm nor confirm it.
Yeah, honestly, that's say you can't confirm or deny, you're basically saying yes. But...
yeah. So, Scorpion's probably going to be in it, but that's all we knew. So I was kind of like, okay, do they have an actual script? Because, like, if they do not have a script yet, I don't know.
So this delay will definitely help with.
This delay is like, I think, even if there was no pandemic, if this delay happened, I'd be like, I am totally okay with that. Because, first of all, it's kind of cool that a live-action Spider-Man movie is not going to be summer. And it makes me wonder when the movie's going to take place. If it's going to take place, like, immediately after Far From Home, if it's going to take place, months and months later. Like, literally anything could happen.
Yeah.
And, the thing is, by the end, I think we all agree that Peter's probably going to graduate high school.
Yeah, I feel like once this trilogy is wrapped up, we won't have any more high school stuff.
Yeah, because I don't see them doing one more movie in school, because it's just
you can't.
Because Tom Holland's getting older.
Yeah.
Sure, he has a baby face, but he's not going to...
It's getting slightly harder to believe him as a child.
Yeah. Same with Zendaya and Jacob Badley.
Yes.
All of them.
The rest of the supporting cast as well you're clearly adults.
Yeah, they're getting... Well, I mean, they look more like high schoolers than most Hollywood high school movies.
Oh, definitely.
And that's why...
It's not like the Raimi movies or Power Rangers where you get 30-year-olds to play 17-year-olds.
And that's one of the things I love most about Far From Home and Homecoming is that these kids felt like actual teenagers.
Yeah, no, these feel like kids.
And I mean, some people are being like, no, real teenagers smoke and have sex and do drugs. And I'm like,
what high schools did y'all go to where every single kid did that?
Like, these are the fucking nerds. Like,
exactly.
They're not doing stuff like that.
These are the losers like me who don't.
They're not even like. It's not even like they're unpopular. It's just like they're not. They do because high school climate isn't really about who's popular and who's not anymore.
It's like these are good kids.
Yeah, like
there you go.
We're past the era of like we're past the time. I think high school has like progressed enough to where it's like it still has factions.
Yeah,
it's not like who's popular and who's not. It's like, oh, there's these group of people. Oh, there's these group of people. And so on and so forth.
Everyone still has their cliques. It's just now people just don't care anymore.
Yeah, nobody's is flipping people.
You don't give a shit.
Yeah, nobody's flipping anybody upside down into a plate of vegetables, like in Amazing Spider-Man 1.
Yeah, I think it was a pizza.
Yeah, no, he said eat your vegetables, I think, and I'm just like, what bully does this? But anyway,
high school.
Yeah,
don't worry about it.
Yeah, and I mean this isn't the same for every high school. Unfortunately, some high schools just have people who do not care and allow for violence to run amok, and that's really shitty. But
high school still sucks. Don't get me wrong. It's just you don't
like a high school that a kid like Peter Parker would go to. I do not think it's going to be nearly as bad as those.
He's in like a tech school kind of thing.
And I mean, he always kind of was like Midtown Science.
Yeah, Midtown has always changed depending on versions of just a regular high school to one where all the smart people go, and it's
now we have Horizon High that has its own.
Oh yeah, Horizon High, which is basically a fucking Star Trek world.
We'll talk about that show one day because
I watched the season 3 premiere and I don't believe what I watched.
All I know is that Venomized Spider-Man design is fucking terrible. It's a horrible design.
In the show, it's fucking disgusting.
Even the promo,
I think it looks fine.
Even in the promo art, I'm just like, this looks so bland and terrible.
It looks like the Superior Spider-Man suit, but white instead of red.
Not even white, just like gray.
Yeah.
But in the show, it's mint green.
Yeah, it's mint. And he has it for like 10 minutes before Venom eats it, and then he leaves.
But anyway,
I love that all the promotional material made it seem like this is going to be the suit now, and then like 10 minutes into getting it, it gets fucking taken.
That reminds me of something. I just cannot put my finger on it right now. It'll probably come to me later, but yeah. But essentially, I think this is going to benefit Spidey 3. I think Chris McKenna and Eric Summers now have a lot more time to be like, okay, what works in this story? What doesn't work? What can we add? What can we take away? I feel like because this stuff can be worked from home on. Like,
yeah, no, you can work on a script from your home computer. That's easy.
And even talking with producers and actors and storyboard artists and concept artists, that can all be done through Zoom or FaceTime and stuff like that.
Yeah, you can use face chat stuff. This part of the movie making process can be done from home easily.
Pre-production. It like building sets, obviously no, but like
set and costume design and everything like that you need to get together. But before that step happens, you can easily work on the movie from home.
Exactly. So basically, I think this is going to benefit it, and I think November is an interesting time for a Spider-Man movie to come out. Like, I feel like it could be really big at that time because that like around that time, no other movie except Mission Impossible 7, which also got delayed to November. But I don't know. I think what?
I was about to say, but yeah, no, it's a totally different time slot than what Spider-Man is used to. So
I feel like it'll make a good amount still because a lot of people are interested in what's happening after Far From Home.
Yeah, it's not gonna like it's not gonna bomb. It's Spider-Man. It'll do fine.
Yeah,
At the very least.
I'd hope it would make another billion because that's cool. I like that. I like that Spider-Man's now $1 billion franchise.
Yeah, no, I'm on board for that.
Yeah. Now an even more painful thing. Probably depending on what kind of fan depending on what you prefer in Spider-Man, this might be even more painful. Into the Spider-Verse 2 delayed to October 2022.
Heart.
Why? Why must we suffer? I didn't think that one would get delayed because, like, it's animation and a lot of that can be done separated. But I mean, I guess voice acting and, like, recording in a studio, you have to be together for that. So
yeah, it helps when you're in a studio working together on these kinds of things. So you have, like, a proper pipeline and, like, you know what to do.
And I mean, they have to do voice acting like a long time to start animating.
Yeah, no, you got to do voice acting before you can properly animate because you need to be able to match the emotions and the flip flaps and everything.
And sometimes they animate first and then do the dubbing over it.
Yeah,
it's mostly done with like English dubs for anime. I mean, there's some exceptions.
They can't reanimate it and just do it with their voices. They gotta talk over it.
There have been some exceptions, like Space Dandy, which premiered before the Japanese counterpart of it.
That is true.
But like for the most part, it's done. The dubbing for anime is done after. It's done after the animating, but some American cartoons do the dubbing after animating. So it just basically depends on what kind of production they're doing.
Yeah,
and how much the actors' emotions play into animation. But
considering the last movie, I feel like this one it's the same thing of we need the lines before we can properly animate these characters.
Yeah.
I
wonder how long they act. I wonder how long they had those audio files for before the movie released. Like, I wonder if they recorded in 2015 or 2016 or something. Like,
I wouldn't be shocked if they had most of the audio files for, like, I want to say probably 10 months. If I had to take a random guess, at least a year
before they started animating.
No, like I feel like but they had all of the voice lines at least a year in advance.
Oh,
like the way it usually works is you don't get like all of them in bulk. You usually get like snippets.
Yeah, I don't know with especially with Spider-Verse, considering how hard to tell. Like,
yeah.
But basically, that movie is delayed to October of that year.
Yeah, it's my
pain.
Sank.
As Oasis once said in their song "Falling Down," it's all I've ever known.
All I've ever known.
Pain is all I've ever known.
Yeah. But all I got anymore is I didn't know that about the scene existing, but on Twitter I saw the deleted scene of Doc Ock where
the power of the sun.
Yeah,
the power of the multiverse.
Yeah, I saw that scene on Twitter a couple days ago, and I'm like, I really wish that was in the movie.
Because she just disappears.
Yeah, she gets hit by a bus and is gone.
And we never see her again, and I'm just like, did she?
Yeah, I am hoping they bring that scene back in the sequel, and she's the villain.
I hope.
Because
unless they do Moreland.
No. Fuck Moreland. Fuck his family. They're the worst.
I hate everything Right, everything hurts.
Never been interesting.
Though
Moreland was vaguely interesting when he first appeared, and ever since he's been a lame ass.
Who knows? I don't know. I don't know anything. But
I miss Spider-Man Noir's hat.
I do too.
I miss him in his giant coat.
But anyway, so that's painful. That really hurts. But most important thing, remember everybody, the most important is that everyone stay safe and healthy. That's the main thing. It's like when I get upset about Last of Us Part 2 being delayed again, I'm like, okay, gotta remember, this is going to be very beneficial to workers, to essential workers, delivering stuff. This is going to be beneficial to make sure people aren't crowded in one place. And this way, Naughty Dog can finish the game and probably not have to crunch as much. Because that's been a big issue.
I was about to say, I think that's kind of too late for that.
Yeah, but I don't know. They should have done it sooner. It's just, I don't know. Naughty Dog has a bad habit of stay too early and then delaying it. Which leads to just crunch, which I'm just like, don't announce a release date unless you're absolutely positive that you'll have it completely finished and ready.
But we just finished modeling 2 characters. That means the game will be done in less than a year.
I don't think that's how game.
What do you mean we still gotta build the rest of the environments and code it and animate it
and filter out all the bugs and stuff and play test and check fail states and stuff or whatever? But
6 months.
6 months, yeah. Basically, yeah, everybody stay safe and stay healthy. Now we're going to give everybody a new type of sickness with our main topic. So, last episode, we talked about an infamous moment in comic history, the death of Gwen Stacy. Rest in peace. Until you come back as Kindred, hopefully.
Hopefully.
Now there's another infamous moment involving Gwen Stacy, but for very, 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 very reasons. It's a little story called Sins Past. It was done in late 2004, written by J. Michael Straczynski. Forgot who the artist was, but the art was very good.
I was not a fan.
You didn't like the art?
Norman Osborn is just Tommy Lee Jones.
I can understand that.
He clearly modeled everyone after actors.
Yeah.
The faces did not work well with me, but
I mean, I'm trying to look through. I'm sorry, everybody. I'm trying to see.
Mike
Deodato Jr.
Yes.
Yeah. I like the art, but I understand your opinion. But if you all know Brian, this is his expertise, so I'm going to let him take it away from here.
Yeah, look, comics that do stupid shit that everyone wants to forget is my expertise of, no, everyone must remember this.
So we never have to see this happen again.
That's part of it. The other part is it's just funny to see people's reactions to when I tell them about the time that Norman Osborn and Gwen Stacy fucked.
Oof.
Which, yes, this is the story where that
This is the story where
this is the Spider-Man story.
This is the story where Green Goblin cucks Spider-Man.
He does. He straight up does.
And then kills her.
She took the kids.
Karen took the kids.
Exactly.
That
is the real plot of Death of Gwen Stacy. Karen took the kids.
So, Brian, give us a rundown from start to of Sins Past, from issue 1 to issue 6.
Oh god, I will say I completely forgot that there were 6 issues of this thing until I read them earlier.
Me too.
I thought it was like 4.
Nope.
God. But okay, so story opens. Peter gets like a letter in the mail where this is in the. We mentioned J. Miles Krasinski wrote this. This is during his area of Spider-Man where Aunt May knows the secret and everything. So it's
Yeah.
like him, MJ, and May are all living together. Which I wish May knew the secret again so much.
She obviously does, but it's like why they don't do it. Because it's like
I'm of the opinion that there's no more Aunt May stories to tell. Like you can only do she's gonna die, or she is dying, or she knows the secret. Like you only do so many of these so many times.
Yeah.
So the amount of times she's remarried someone only for them to instantly die later is hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, and to get back on track, a letter arrives in the mail, and it's to Peter, and it's from Gwen Stacy.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Spooky.
Naturally, Peter is like, "What the hell is this?" So when he opens it, and it is a letter from Gwen, and it's her apologizing for something horrible that she did. But it's only one page, and there's multiple pages that are missing. So Peter has no idea yet what she did that was so horrible and why she couldn't just tell him. So he's like, "What's going on?" So he goes to her grave to like just talk to her and grieve a bit because like I just got reminded of my greatest failure and my dead ex-girlfriend. So
yeah,
pretty fucked up right now. So I'm gonna go talk to her. So he's at the cemetery and is then oh, sorry, Discord yelled at me.
Me too.
It's then attacked by 2 ninjas in the trees. It's in the
That's literally their costumes. Is that they're ninjas?
They're Snake Eyes without like the mask thing over the visor.
Isn't there still a Snake Eyes movie coming out?
I think so.
Is that delayed too?
Probably.
And yeah, I've heard nothing about it since it announced.
All I know is if you are gonna make a solo movie about any member of G.I. Joe, it should be Snake Eyes. So,
but I think that that audience is long gone. It's not 2020 anymore.
Oh no, honestly, G.I. Joe movie will never work. Just stick to cartoons.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, he's attacked by 2 ninjas, and he's like, "Okay, they are stronger and faster than people. Something's up. Secret identity or no, I gotta get out of here." So he then leaps like 30 feet in the air and lands on a truck.
He's like, "I hope they didn't see that."
And they're like, "We saw that." It's like, wow, that explains a lot, actually.
Yeah.
Yes. What did you expect? You leaped like 30 feet over a fence and onto a truck and stuck to the side. What did you think was gonna happen?
Like, I don't know what Peter was thinking at that moment, but
like, you were totally correct that I have to leave, and you did the right thing, but you immediately followed it up with the dumbest thought you could have had.
Hope they didn't see that.
Yeah. Which, whatever. Anyway, so he's like, "That was weird."
Gives us more reason to kill him.
Yeah. Which, oh boy, that whole thing is stupid. Anyway,
yeah.
We'll get to that. So then he goes home, and it's the next day. Then he gets another letter, and it's a picture. It's 2 pictures of Aunt May and Mary Jane with 2 people, like a man and a woman with them, and their faces are blacked out. I guess they used Photoshop.
Like, why? I don't get why they're blacked out. Like, I guess the point is for the reveal of the one of them later on.
We need the reveal of what, but
of who they look like.
Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, it's just pictures of them and a note saying like we know them, like we can kill them whenever we want.
Yeah.
So Peter is naturally freaked the hell out that these people seem to know who he is.
And MJ and Aunt May are like, is everything okay?
Yeah.
Don't worry about it. Nothing to be worried about.
Nope. Oh, by the way, May, you should go stay at Anna's house for like a week or something.
Yeah.
And remember Aunt Anna? Whatever. Is she alive anymore?
Who knows?
I don't think she's been mentioned in like 5 years.
Honestly, Marvel doesn't care about Mary Jane's.
You're not wrong. Like, it took them till like 2 years ago for her to get a solo.
Yeah, for her to come back to be with Peter again.
Yeah, they're finally kind of giving in to people and like, okay, maybe they can be together again a bit. MJ can be important because she's in the movies now, so we have to give her attention.
Mm-hmm. Or they could have just brought Michelle back and be like, oh, she's Peter's girlfriend now for like 5 issues until they break up.
Yeah. Oh God, we need another Carly.
Ugh.
Man, that was weird. Anyway, so then he trying to this part early.
He goes to the detective guy.
That's right. He goes to his. And Spidey's had like 4 Commissioner Gordons in his tenure. It's insane.
This is like kind of Commissioner Gordon, but one.
Yeah.
Not on trusting terms with.
Yeah. This is Commissioner Gordon if he didn't like any superhero.
This is after Gene DeWolf, but before Yuri Watanabe.
Yes. So like no one remembers this guy.
Yeah.
And
I don't even remember his name.
I think it was Lamont.
Lamont, yeah. Lamont. Yeah. Thought it was going to be Ben Urich, but nope.
Ben's a reporter. He's not a police officer guy.
I know, but I thought Ben Urich would have been able to scoop out these people.
Yeah. Honestly, that would have been cool.
Yeah.
I guess he's more Daredevil's Gordon, kind of.
He's definitely Daredevil's Gordon.
Yeah. Anyway, he goes to them and he gives him the... Oh, that's right. MJ found the other pages that had indents in them, and it's like you could take this to a forensic lab and figure out what it actually says.
Yeah.
So he takes it to the the commissioner and is like, "Hey, figure this out for me, and this webbing on the paper will dissolve in 24 hours. Don't."
He's like, "Do not tear it off, or I will come after your family." That was like, okay, Peter, I know you're dealing with a lot right now.
Calm down a little, please.
Yeah. There's just some Spider-Man things in this story where I'm just like, that's not what he would say, even if he was irritated.
Some of it I get, but other times it's like, okay, you're kind of going too hard.
Like Peter threatening someone's family, like a detective's family, by the way. It's just like that. Like, I'm just like, okay, Straczynski kind of towed the line there, but
yeah. And but yeah, the guy, he gives them to the forensic lab and he tells them, take a single strand of the webbing and see what it's made of. Could be useful. And then, as far as I'm aware, that never comes up ever again in the rest of the
there's a lot of stuff in this story that never comes up again.
Yeah, well, you're not wrong, but...
well, until now, anyway.
Yeah.
Now, Sin's rising, so,
God, Spencer knows exactly what he's doing.
He does. 100%.
If we could just fast forward to that, that'd be great. But
comics are halted now, so we gotta suffer for a bit.
Yeah, that's true. Damn it. Well, that one Superman book I just read today, which is very good.
What was the book?
Superman, Man of Tomorrow. It's like one of those sort of Walmart books that just give you the gist of the character and what they do.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, it's a short one-off story. It's really fun. Parasite absorbs a power plant and stuff. It's cool.
I still need to read Superman Smashes the Klan. I want to read that one. I love the art style of it.
Yeah, I can never remember the artists' names, but they're very good.
I love the almost kind of anime-ish style of it.
Yes, Gwenpool had the same artist on that book.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Also, Power Pack. Back when I used to read those books.
I need to read more of Gwenpool.
Yeah.
I follow the Gwenpool ebooks account on Twitter.
I was about to say I follow that account too, even though I have not read any Gwenpool book.
Because I just love the admin of that account.
Yeah, they're hilarious.
Yeah. But so
yeah, he drops off the letter, and then I'm trying to remember what he does next.
Oh, also MJ got.
Oh yeah, MJ got cast in a thing,
which is only in 2 issues, and then it's never brought up again.
Yeah, it's like okay. And there's cool. A moment where the actors attack one of the others.
Or because one actor is being. Yeah. He's just a spoiled movie actress or whatever, and then they all just and then all the other actors literally wad up their scripts and swat him.
Yeah,
which I like that moment because it's just they're just okay.
Yeah,
you're just okay. You're being an asshole. We're gonna.
That is kind of Straczynski's humor to a T in his entire run.
Yeah,
just there's just one scene of random people doing a funny bit, and then we move on.
I cannot say that there aren't good moments in this story, specifically, but
there are decent moments.
Yeah, but it's just the elephant in the room, which we'll get to soon. But
the very big, loud green elephant.
Yeah, but continue.
Okay, so yeah, MJ got cast in the play or the whatever it was. I don't recall what Spidey does after he drops off the letter.
He calls MJ for a bit. She's like, "Okay, Peter, calm down." And then Peter gets a call. Peter tries to call May. Then he gets a call.
That's right. One of them basically hacked the phone and just picked it up and told him, "We can kill your loved ones whenever we want."
And they're like, "Hey, we know you're Spider-Man. Come to this location to save Aunt May."
Yeah. And Aunt May is totally fine.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, he posed as a phone repairman and left to the warehouse where they have an Aunt May dummy rigged to blow. And then it blows up, and and then the panels afterwards are just the cover of that issue without the twins.
Yeah.
And I did not like the way Spidey was drawn in that image.
He looks kind of strange, and then I will say
the covers of this story are bad. None of them are good to me.
They're kind of over detailed, I'd say.
There's one where it's Spidey, hanging from the web, but he's hanging from 50. There's a bunch attached to his legs. It's weird.
Is that the first one? Or it's just a bunch wrapped around him? That was a big... Oh, no, it's the last one.
Yeah, it was the last one where it's the bunch of the webs connected to his legs and he's just hanging from it. That was weird. Anyway, the warehouse blows up and Peter's fucked up. So then the twins go and attack, I think.
Then the girl is like, "Hey, their names are Gabriel and Sarah."
Yes, that's right. They call each other by their names like idiots and give Peter an idea of who they might be.
Yeah, and during all this, Peter's reminiscing stuff about Gwen and where she was asking him if he really loved her, wholeheartedly and stuff. And he was like, "Yeah, what are you?"
Yeah.
So
no reason. Don't worry about it. It'll never come up again.
So after this, goes to meet the detective again. Oh, by the way, she Sarah's like, "Oh, we're not gonna kill him now."
That's right. It's we can't kill him now. We have to wait.
Yeah.
So then they leave, and he goes and gets the letter, which has been, they filled it out. They figured out what it said, and it's Gwen says, "Hey, you should know that when I left for Europe 4-ish months ago," which I'll say now that in the actual book she was gone for maybe a month.
Time is weird in the comics and in Marvel in general.
Yeah, it's especially apparent in JMS's run where it's clear that he knows continuity, but he also doesn't care.
I think it's he wants Peter
depending.
But Marvel's wanting.
Oh yeah, no, he straight up wants. He writes Peter as if he's like 35.
But Marvel's like, nope, he's still in his 20s.
Yeah, he's still like 22. And meanwhile, the young Avengers, who are all like 12, have aged to 21.
Ugh.
Don't think about it too hard.
Dr. Manhattan needs to go to this universe and be like, okay, what the fuck is going on here?
Considering what happened to DC, I want him nowhere near.
And true.
I don't need anything to that happened to Wally West to happen to anyone at Marvel.
What happened to Wally West will happen to who's a hero that Marvel constantly Miles Morales.
Yeah.
No, I mean they essentially did that in the powers of the Enigma Force. So
yeah, well, imagine that, but stupider.
Yeah.
And
but basically,
he'll use his new godlike power to fix the Ultimate Universe.
Reed was going to be like, "What? I was going to do that. Damn it!
I was going to do it with symbiotes,
especially with the Ultimate symbiote made by Richard Parker.
Yeah, it's not even an alien; it's just goo.
It's goo made with Richard Parker's DNA.
It cures.
But
why did we call it Venom?
Because we had to connect it.
Now that I think about it, I don't think he's ever called Venom once in the Ultimate books.
They call the suit the Venom suit, but they never call him Venom. They never called him Venom either in Spider-Man 3.
Yeah, that's right.
Which I hated when I was a
He's
kid.
just some guy.
They called him Venom in the game.
Yeah, which, man, Venom was very thick in that game.
He was. He had a donkadonk.
He did. Anyway, yeah. Well, Gwen was in Europe. She was pregnant.
Oh no! And Peter's just like, I'm gonna cry now.
Yeah. And then at the end of the note, she says that their names are Gabriel and Sarah.
And that's what they called each other.
Yeah. So Peter's not an idiot, and he put 2 and 2 together.
He's like, oh,
if they're my kids, my radioactive spider dick made them age faster.
And now here's the thing: up until this, the story's actually kind of good.
It's okay.
I think it's interesting, but then
I'm
it's
still
the
not
next.
Interested in the idea of Peter having illegitimate children with Gwen who want revenge. But
well, then again, I'm the person who wanted Peter and Felicia to have an illegitimate child in Spidey PS4. So I mean,
fair enough.
I don't know. Stuff like this is interesting because it tests responsibility. So, but
yeah, he goes to Gwen's grave again and takes a metal pole and just stabs her corpse.
Because he's like, I have to check to make sure.
Yeah.
She's there. He also goes back to MJ and she's like, "Are you okay?" And he's like, "Oh yeah." Make just talk about eggs really fast to show that I'm not okay.
Yeah, let me nervously mention pterodactyls. It's like I gotta get the egg, and it helped me. I just had to stab my dead girlfriend.
Yeah.
Because I didn't have time to grab a shovel, so I just.
Yeah. So Peter essentially gets a bit of her, and where does he go?
I don't think they ever actually say.
I'm looking at the pages.
Some lab.
It's a building that says QG. Don't know.
Look that up.
Don't know what important people's name starts with Q and. Basically, he's running.
So it's not Oliver Queen.
Yeah, it's not Queen's Consolidated.
Oh my god, it is actually called. Oh.
What?
Nothing. Don't worry. No, it's not actually. Don't worry.
I was gonna say
I was thinking of the other thing. Don't worry about it.
Oh, okay.
Okay, was it QG?
Yeah, QG. But basically, Peter's doing tests to make sure. And he's like, I know they're not my kid. And we're like, why, Peter? Like, are you just in denial? And then,
okay, I looked it up. QG is nothing.
So it's just some science building Peter went to.
Yeah, some building. Because I looked it up on the Marvel Wiki. The only result is this issue.
Everything in this story is just left to die. Just never to be discovered again.
Except for that time in Dark Reign where they discovered it again. But don't worry about that.
Oh boy.
Anyway, forensic lab. He's running DNA tests.
And he's like, yeah, they're Gwen's kids, but I know they're not my kids.
Yeah, because we definitely, totally never had sex once.
That's just... I know, it's elaborated. It's elaborated on later, but like, it's just such a weird crux for this plot to hang on. The fact that Peter and Gwen never fucked.
They never had sex.
Like, what were you saying? That like that's a total lie?
Yeah, no, there's totally been scenes where they heavily imply that they're about to have sex. And then the issue ends because, kids.
Imagine they did that with all the Peter and M stuff. Especially with the Venus butterfly thing.
Oh, jeez. I mean,
like, they're just like, oh, Venus butterfly is just he had a butterfly with. That was from Venus.
Anyway, Sarah shows up with a gun.
And she's like, I'm going to make you a deal. Let me kill you now and we won't kill anybody else. But
and Peter's like, I don't want to die.
Yeah, I don't, power and responsibility, yeah. But
yeah, it's like I am willing to die to save people, but not like this.
Also, it's like, how can he guarantee that like she's telling the truth?
Yeah, you and your brother tried to murder me like 10 times.
Also, her brother is pretty set on killing everybody. Like,
her brother is a psychopath.
Yeah.
Like, even before the thing, he is a psycho. He likes murder.
Yeah. So basically, they get into it, and her mask comes off.
She's got the fucking headband on under the mask.
That's the thing that I'm just like, why the heck?
That way you know she looks exactly like Gwen because she has the headband on. Because
wouldn't that be uncomfortable to wear the headband under the mask?
No, shut up. She needs to look like Gwen. Gwen is known for having the black headband.
But so basically Gabriel interrupts, and they're both like, okay, we'll get him. We'll get him.
We'll get him someday.
And Peter goes back to MJ, and she's like, I read the letter. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to. And Peter's like, MJ, I swear they're not my kids. And MJ's like, I know, because I know who the real father is. And I'm just going to let you 100% take it. This is what your time on Living on the Edge for. This is what everything you've done on Living on the Edge is built up to. So go ahead.
My moment. Okay, so as MJ said, she knows who the father is, and the issue ends on the biggest soap opera cliffhanger I've ever seen. And then the next issue, it follows up on that, where she tells the story of how when Gwen first came back to Europe to check on Harry, Gwen went to go yell at Norman for being an asshole.
But really, in reality...
But in actuality, she was telling him, you're never gonna get our kids, they're mine. You're never gonna do what you did to Harry. And Tommy Lee Osborne is like, no, they're mine. I will raise them as good kids, unlike I did with Harry. You suck.
My favorite thing here is that like the lead of her questions is like, how did they age so quickly? How did I give birth so quickly? Like, that's the last question.
Blood.
Like, that's the last question she has. It's not the number one question. Like, how did I give birth so fucking quickly?
Yeah, like I was pregnant with them for 7 months, and they were already like more than 9 when they came out. It makes no sense. And all Osborn has to say is Osborn blood. Special
blood.
And it's like, what are you saying, man? I know what you're saying, but you're Norman Osborn. You're not Green Goblin. You don't know.
Yeah.
This is before you two basically merged into one being.
And this is also before his memory comes.
Yeah, this is before you remember your Green Goblin. Like, you still haven't had the trigger to make you remember.
So,
like I said, JMS does not care about continuity that much, which, that's fine. It's just here, this is like, you're very clearly not the same person anymore.
Yeah. And it touches on how, like, saw the whole thing and Gwen explained everything to her. And Peter's like totally in the right at this part. He's like, you knew all this fucking time and you never once told me.
Yeah, and MJ's only response is, when was I supposed to tell you? Oh, hey, good breakfast. Oh, by the way, remember when Gwen? It's that's not the fucking point. You knew that the woman I used to love had sex with my mortal enemy, and all Peter can think about is the event of them having sex and Norman Osborn's fucking face turning into the Greek Goblin.
I hate that page and the following page so much. Because here's the thing that makes Peter break down isn't the fact that, like, Gwen had Norman's children and he killed her because of that, and he trained the to hate him and go after him. Which, by the way, why didn't Norman just tell them that Peter and Spider-Man were the same person? Why do you have to play this mind game thing and make them figure it out along the way?
Because reasons. I don't know why he didn't just give them the goblin gear in the first place.
Like they had to earn it or something.
Yeah, and like what do you mean?
Norman's plan just makes absolutely bullshit sense. Like,
his plan is non-existent.
Like, but also just like took Gwen's virginity.
Yeah, no, he was her first. There was just something about him that, like, she just couldn't help herself.
I hate
animal magnetism.
That's the moment I'm just like, this is like Gwen had no character to begin with, really, but this is character assassination.
This is character annihilation.
Because it's like
character nuking. There is nothing left.
Who the fuck looks at Norman Osborn with his ginger waves that make you seasick? And
his
it's
old
like
Tommy Lee Jones face and his ginger waves of the Osborn curls, and it's like, I must have him.
Like, here's the thing. I would not have wanted them to go a darker route with that, which is all I'm going to say on that.
I'm glad that they didn't say that, but the fact that Gwen started it is
that she's like, it didn't mean for it to happen.
Yeah,
I wanted to do it.
Like,
I'm just like
to him originally to like tell him that he's being an asshole to Harry, and then like at some point or another she decided, I must have sex with this man.
It just makes no fucking sense. Like,
no. It's so bizarre and dumb.
And just so gross. Like, it's so
disgusting.
Like, it's fucked up. It's like, it's not fucked up in like an effective way. It's just fucked up where it's like, you did not have to do that. You did not have to be that gross and disturbing. No. But you did, for the sake of it.
We need to. It's essential. And it's so bad.
I love that. Like, I just love Gwen's first time was with my mortal enemy, and he just breaks everything. Like, God.
Yeah, no, it's the fucking thing that makes him throw a temper tantrum is I got cucked by my worst enemy.
Exactly.
Motherfucker, I can't live this down.
I don't. Why? I don't. Like, I know. We'll elaborate more on this later.
Like, why this happened.
Yeah, but for right now, let's
continue with this
on.
train wreck.
So like Peter and MJ the next morning are like, we reconciled. What are we gonna do?
Yeah, and then Peter goes on TV and tells the kids, "Hey, meet me where I last saw your mom," and that's all. And
also they're dying.
We forgot to mention that because of Norman's Green Goblin juices inside them, they're aging.
Don't say juices.
I am describing it as the book does.
Did it say juices? Please tell me. Did I just miss that?
But that's what happened, and you know it.
Don't. Oh God.
All right. Anyway, because of Norman being Green Goblin and having all that in his bloodstream, the kids inherited it. But because they're like half goblin, it kind of fucked up. And instead of just healing rapidly, they age rapidly too, which I feel like the opposite would happen, like with Wolverine, where he ages way slower than people.
Like, that doesn't make... A lot of this just does not make sense whatsoever.
No, it really doesn't. And again, we'll get into why they did what they did with it later. But the point is, they're dying and they know it, and that's why they're like so desperate to kill Peter. So he goes on TV and like there's this bit where like the newscasters talk to like this guy who apparently has like footage of every Spider-Man thing ever, I guess. And they ask him about if he's ever done like a public service announcement, and he's like, no. And it's like, okay, moving on.
He just contacted a super Spider-Man fan to be like, has he done a conference? It's like, anybody could literally say that. Why contact him?
Yeah. No.
Just to have a funny moment of him explaining his fanboyisms.
Yep.
Also had that one moment of somebody filming it. Which that's another moment where I'm like, okay.
I honestly, I feel like, assuming that Ultimate Spider-Man issue came out at that time, I wouldn't be shocked if that was a joke about that. Where it's like, you know, he cusses out the X-Men.
Oh, yeah. That would make sense, I guess. I don't know how far along that was.
I don't know. This is like 2006, so...
This is 2004-ish.
Oh, 4? Oh.
Yeah. Let me see. October 2004.
Okay. Well, whatever. It doesn't matter. It's a stupid bit, and it's moved on and ignored.
Yeah.
So anyway, he goes on TV and tells them, okay, so I know you're dying. I know who your mom is. Meet me where I met her last. So he goes to the Brooklyn Bridge because we can never fucking forget this Brooklyn Bridge.
Ever.
No. Like,
no, it's the George Washington Bridge.
Oh, yeah, we went over that.
Because he likes money.
Exactly. God, I can't get over that. But all I got about the bridge anymore is I'm trying to remember which writer it was, but I read the Life of Riley like essay about the Clone Saga.
Yeah.
And like the interviews, and one of the writers who was a part of that was like, enough of the fucking bridge. Please. Like, we can't keep going back there.
Like, why does Peter say in this day, it's like, I here since Gwen died?
And it's like, what?
Like, did Spider-Man Blue just not have whatsoever?
No, stop. We can't. No.
Don't
worry about that. Don't worry about that really good Spider-Man book.
Worry about this story that's going to be remembered till the end of.
I know I will. Anyway, the ninjas show up and he tells them, okay, so I know your deal. I know you think I'm your dad, and I know you think I killed your mom, but you're wrong. And he goes, Norman's your dad, and he killed your mom. And Gabriel's like, he said you'd say that. No, you're a liar. And it's like, I hate you.
And Peter's just like, look, I can help you. I'm telling the truth. And she was like, I know you don't, but she does. And just out of nowhere, Gwen Stacy Jr. is like, yeah, I believe him.
Yeah, it's like, what?
Where did that, like, she's like, oh no, because I know just by fucked our
like,
mom.
Yeah, and it's like, the last scene, she made a deal with you to kill you sooner. What the fuck do you mean that she trusts you?
Like, I don't, like, is this supposed to be her insulting him? Like, where she's like...
I guess, I don't... And then she, like... and then...
Well, she's like, why did he only get her DNA if he wouldn't test his own? Yeah, it's because he had to have known that they, like, because they never... Yeah. Just, like, that's a weird thing for her to talk about. Yeah. And, like, I love that image on Spidey's, just him looking away, like, just embarrassed.
Yeah. It's like he doesn't want to admit that Norman got to her first.
Like, it's just, there's something so...
It's like, hilarious.
It's hilarious and sad and, like, embarrassing.
It's like, trying so hard to be serious.
And tragic, but it's like, it just seems like...
Embarrassing.
It's just like a weird high school, like...
This is fucking Riverdale.
It is. It's like if Archie got mad at Jughead, fucking... I don't know, one of the girls first, or whatever.
The blue one. I guess Vanessa. I don't know.
Sure, why not?
I don't know. I barely know Archie. So.
Neither do I. I just know you haven't known the epic. That's what Flash said to Peter when they became friends.
Yes. I legit believe Flash Thompson would say that with a straight face.
Oh, he would, 100%.
Someone get him to say it in the next movie.
Peter's like, I dropped out of school to support my Aunt May.
It's like, you will never know the epic highs and lows of high school football. I was never going to know it anyway. I was a nerd. What are you talking about?
But anyway.
Anyway, the police shoot at them because it's 3 people standing on the Brooklyn Bridge.
And, like, Gabriel won't listen to her at all.
Yeah, no, he is dead set on no, Norman's a cool guy. He trained us to kill, and no, he's a cool guy.
And Peter's just like, no, he was the green.
He was a fucking murderer.
He was a psychotic killer. And
he was quite literally a terrorist in every sense of the word.
And Gabriel just attacks him, and it results in Sarah getting shot.
Yeah, and she falls, of course. And Peter dives off the bridge to save her.
Because we got to do this again.
Yep, nope, every time. Every time we got to do it. And
it's going to be just as iconic as it was last time.
Yep. No, we're going to do it again and again and again and again. It's that fucking that YouTube video trailer of the guy who kills people with spoons.
What?
There's like a fake movie trailer that I think the movie might be real now, but it's like of this. It's a parody of like where it's like this guy, this like pale guy in a hoodie. He just walks around and tries to kill a guy with a spoon.
Please send that to me because I need to see.
I will send it to you right now because it is art.
It sounds a lot like Kung Fury. And Kung Fury is a masterpiece of our time.
All right, well, this is even more so. But yeah, there's a section in that video where the trailer voice guy is just saying and again and again and again and again over and over again. So I'm just imagining that, but with Spider-Man saving a lady off a bridge.
It's just like Dexter. Tonight's the night, and it's going to happen again. and again and again and again.
Yes.
Yeah, but so he saves her, takes her to the hospital. He's like,
oh, and Gabe fell off the bridge too, but he survived because reasons.
And this is another moment where I'm just like, I can't stand it, but I'm just like, I don't know. Or Peter just breaks into the hospital. And he's like, she was shot. You're gonna save her. I'm gonna tear this place apart. It's like, what? Peter threatening a hospital. I'm just like, I don't know.
It's bizarre. Anyway, here's the video. You'll watch it afterwards.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's great. Anyway, yeah, she's in the hospital. Gabe washed up in the sewers and just going to a secret hideout that Norman told them about. And I don't know why they didn't just start there, but I guess it's because we got to earn the right.
Like, if they could go there all the time, why didn't?
Yeah, but I guess because as Gabe's reaction shows, they had no idea what was in there. So
and
who knows?
Finds out the truth that Peter was telling the truth. That
Peter was 100% correct.
That they have the goblin suits in there.
Yeah, and
it's just like, no.
Sarah's is just a girl version of the Green Goblin, and Gabriel gets a gray and blue one.
Like the Black Goblin from Life Story.
But way less cool looking.
Yeah. So then, on to the final issue. Sarah's in the hospital.
Sarah's dying because she lost too much blood, and the Goblin Serum is rejecting normal blood because it's Goblin.
And
Peter gets the brilliant idea of, my blood is special, mine will work.
Sure, why not?
It's radioactive, it'll kill the Goblin.
He's like, oh right, Gwen and I had this. What a coinkydink.
Yeah, it's like I get the idea of back when we were dating, I asked Gwen what her blood type was because it's like, you never know.
Yeah.
You might need to know that someday, and it's like, that's fair. The fact that you're both identical is kind of coincidence, but I'll roll with it for now.
And this whole thing is treated as Peter's seeing this as Norman trying to take Gwen away from him again, and the blood transfusion is visual.
Yeah,
a battle between the two of them.
Yeah, and it's like,
dude, it's not as cool as they think it is.
It's trying so hard to be the symbiote dream sequence to me, where it's the two battling over the one, and it's nowhere near as cool.
Yeah, no. And this whole time, Gabe is learning the truth.
He's listening to Tommy Lee Osborne's video will call thing, where he's like,
yeah, my idea was stupid. My plan was shit from the beginning, but you're here now.
Yeah, you made it this far, so I assume that means I'm either dead or you actually succeeded. So good job, kids. You did what you were supposed to do.
And after this whole thing, Gabe is just like, all right, might as well just inject myself.
Yeah, it's like, here, take this goblin serum that rised from the floor, I guess.
And you'll be complete.
Yeah,
and your journey towards the dark side will be complete.
Yes.
And even after learning that Peter truth that Norman was a fucking abuser and sicko and that he lied.
Sitting in the proof. He's locked in.
Hold on, gotta kill a spider. Shit. Well, I lost it. Oh well, that's gonna crawl in my mouth later.
Oh boy. Well, maybe we'll get powers.
One day, we'll see. But anyway, so even after sitting in the proof, he still fucking takes the serum. Why? We don't know. It just...
I guess he's just too committed. I don't know.
All he could do is just go find Peter and Sarah.
Yeah, because he's got to save Sarah from Peter.
And it's the thing with him that makes no sense. It's like, why are you so committed to this, even in the face of the truth? It's not interesting. It's just annoying.
Yeah. Oh, 1 sec. I gotta fix something.
No, you're good.
Yeah, my Uber Eats got lost. They have no idea where my building is somehow.
Yeah, that's fun. That's always fun.
All right. But okay, so he puts on the Gray Goblin suit, a character that will live on as a member of Spider-Man's Rogues Gallery for all time.
For all of time. And he just attacks Peter in the hospital and pulls him out. And he's like, I'm gonna fucking kill you. And then Sarah escaped from her room, got a gun, and she goes to defend Peter.
Yep.
And he thinks that she's gonna help him.
Yeah, but then Gabe thinks she's gonna help him, but then she aims a gun at Gabe because he's a psycho.
Yeah, and so she shoots his glider.
Yeah, and that just instantly defeats him.
Which is my favorite thing. That it's just Norman could not Norman couldn't make the gliders indestructible.
No, he couldn't make them bulletproof.
Yeah.
All right, hang on. Now my Uber Eats is calling me. I gotta take this. You take over for a minute.
All right, I'll carry on. So basically, she shoots him. He falls into the Hudson, I'm assuming, and Peter's just like, Sarah, you did what you had to. And he was going to kill her, and she's like, I know, but I have to go away, so bye. And then we get to a flashback where Peter and Gwen are talking, right before she went into the house, before, Goblin got her. And Gwen and Peter are like, oh, we love each other and stuff, are you sure you'll always love me? Yeah. And then MJ's holding Peter as he's passing out. Then it ends very anticlimactically with Gabe washed up on a beach with his suit torn and being found by a family. And he's like, and they're like, do you remember who you are? And he's like, nope, I don't remember. I don't remember who I am. Then that is the end of Sins Past. No great big wrap up, just cliffhangers.
Cliffhanger.
Now, first of all, Brian, tell me, do either of these characters return at all in the comics?
Yes, they do. Hang on 1 second again.
Oh. Hope you got something good to share with the rest of us. What'd you get?
Sorry about that. I got McDonald's.
All
right, but yeah, both of them have appeared since. There is a direct sequel to Sins Past called Sins Remembered.
Why did I not know that?
I don't know, but Sarah reappears in that, and it's honestly even worse than this.
Oh no! I was hoping that this was just a thing story that was forgotten.
Oh no! It is forgotten, except when it's not.
Do they become goblins again?
As far as I'm aware, Sarah stayed a normal person.
She's just out there somewhere.
Somewhere, just like the Gwen Stacy clone. She's out there somewhere. We'll never know. But meanwhile, Gabe, he appeared during Dark Reign when Norman Osborn took over S.H.I.E.L.D. and basically the world, and had his Dark Avengers and everything. He tried to make Harry into his sidekick, but Harry sucks. So then he called in Gabriel to take over instead. And this is after One More Day, so it's still canon.
So, out of all the things Peter could have erased, he chose not to erase. This is just giving more. It's just giving more. if Kindred is Gwen Stacy, this is gonna be like, why did you not erase that from ever happening? Like, why?
That would be great if you, when you made the deal with the devil, could you not have like erased my biggest mistake?
No.
But yeah, no, it's it's a mess.
Does Gabriel even remember that he was the Grey Goblin?
I think so, yes, but he's like a Iron Patriot 2 thing, so it doesn't matter. But yeah, no, he got his memory back. It don't matter.
Have they appeared since those 2 stories?
As far as I am aware, no.
Good. Honestly, though, I would not be surprised if Kindred is Gwen Stacy, if Nick Spencer brings them back.
If he does, then he will forever be the greatest Spider-Man writer.
Because here's the thing. If they address how horrible this is, along with One More Day, I'm like, this is perfect.
Yeah, if they address how terrible these things were, then I'm all for it.
Yeah. So, why did this happen? Why did this story happen?
Oh, there is a tale to be told. Okay, so the original plan from JMS was that it was going to be Peter's kids.
That's obvious.
Yes.
Like Ted Raimi from Spider-Man 3.
Yeah, you can tell from like the first 2 issues that clearly the plan was it was going to be Peter's kids.
Yeah.
But then there's a very obvious swerve about halfway through.
Oh, yeah.
Because editorial is like, no, you can't have kids. That makes them old.
We don't want Peter to be old, even though nobody's cared about his age in years.
No one could give less of a shit, but just keep doing it, I guess.
No one cared about his age except for Marvel.
Yeah, it's bad, but
anyway,
so yeah, so obviously the plan had to be changed, and it made Osborn, I guess, as a big shocking twist, and they don't know any other men from that era.
Why, out of all people, Osborn? I don't get that. Like, why?
I guess because besides Harry, there's no other person there's no other man that either of them really knew. It may be Flash, but that wouldn't give them superpowers.
It's just like, the thing is, like, that I don't get. Why did they insist on doing the story anyway if Marvel was like Peter?
I don't know why they still went with it, but I don't.
Like, if it was Peter, it would have been
honestly, if it was Peter, I'd still think it's dumb.
It's dumb, but like it's interesting because it would tackle more themes. Because a lot of people are not in agreement with me on this. Well, I think like stuff like this where it's like, oh, let me kill the spider.
Oh, came back.
Got it. Hold on. My headphone thing came off. I'm back. Sorry. Had to kill the spider. I'm sorry, Spider-Man. I betrayed you. But anyway.
The totem, what'd you do?
I did what I had to do. But basically, like, I find those kinds of stories interesting because it tests the responsibility of the character. That's why I was so disappointed when they didn't commit to the Spider-Cat kid in the Heist DLC in Spider-Man PS4, because I was like that's such an interesting new concept. So that, like, the people who like Peter and that thing is valid. That thing wasn't just meaningless. But then they did a cop-out. But, like, I think this could have been, like, an interesting story. But, like, it chose to go in just an insanely weird and gross route, and I don't understand. Like, I just legit don't understand why they didn't scrap it after Marvel was like, "Oh no, we can't have it be Peter."
Yeah, I don't know why the story wasn't just dropped altogether, but
at the very least, have it been like Miles. Like, do that instead of it being Gwen.
You cut out as soon as you said have it be, and then.
Oh, sorry. What I was saying was like at least born or something, making kids out of Peter and Gwen's DNA. Like,
yeah, just clones. Do cloning.
Like I know clones are annoying, but like that's better than fucking this.
I will take Osborn clones over. I cucked you when you weren't expecting it, and then I killed your girl because she took my kids.
Oh God, I hate it.
I love that this story outright retcons that the reason that he killed Gwen wasn't to get to Peter; it was because she took the kids.
It's just, I hate it so much. I hate it with every fiber in my body. Like, it's just, why? Like, we get it. Norman makes Peter's life hell. Why do you have to make him cuck him? I don't understand. Like,
the ultimate victory he can never undo wasn't killing his girlfriend. It was getting fucking cucked. Like, you can never take that away from him.
That's just it. It's just so fucking wrong.
It is.
Book, not in a comic book morality way wrong. It's just fucking wrong. Like,
it is. It's very bad.
It's just like, this is as bad as like fridging, in my opinion.
It's up there. It's arguably up there.
It's close. I don't know if it's as bad, but it's like, it's the one thing I can think of that fridging.
Yeah, like, it's definitely up there as like some of the worst.
I feel like it's even more just like,
it's not more disgusting.
It's more gross and more malicious and like,
yeah,
not malicious in like a villain way, but finding any means to have man pain or whatever. Like,
yeah, pretty much.
And it, yeah. I'm not trying to get thing, like, it's just like, Peter Parker's life already sucks. You don't have to make it that like, oh, he and Gwen never had sex and his girlfriend's first time was taken by
a 55-year-old man.
Like, you don't have to do that. That's just gross. And like people already get the point that Norman, and that like he's done a lot of bad shit to Peter. Like, you don't need to. Why?
It's bad. It's very bad.
Why was this my idea? Why was this?
This was your idea for the 30th episode, man. This was
really,
all you.
Really special, that is, yeah.
I had nothing to do with this.
He did not.
All you.
He did not. But I wanted to give him.
Yeah, I mentioned we could do an episode on Death of Gwen Stacy, and then you took it that extra step further.
Like, what if we did a two-parter where it's Death of Gwen Stacy, then the real, true, untold story about what happened before then?
It's Death of Gwen Stacy, and then the assassination of her character.
Yeah. I called these two the tragedy of Gwen. Coronavirus, sorry.
Just take some goblin serum, it'll fix you.
And I'll be fine. I'll age rapidly, but at least I won't have coronavirus.
Nah, it'll fix your rapid age, even though it's what caused it.
Why not? But anyway, I called these two parts the tragedy of Gwen Stacy's character. But I'm just thinking back, I'm like, maybe I should have called it We Need to Talk About Gwen.
We need to talk about Gwen.
Like we need to talk about Kevin. Like that movie. I'm just... after this, I just want Gwen to be Kindred.
It's... Oh...
I'm tired. It's been a long episode. We're on 2 hours now. I just realized.
Oh yeah. No, I realized how long this took.
If the Sony news didn't come out today, then it probably would have been way shorter.
It'd probably be like half an hour shorter.
Yeah, but we're sorry, everybody, and especially James. We're sorry.
We're sorry.
We try our best.
But yeah, it's... I do kind of think it's fascinating though that like the JMS run of Spider-Man is considered like one of the best, and yet it's also home to 2 of the worst Spider-Man stories ever. One More Day
and One More Day.
Past. Yeah. Which, granted, I mean, this is like half JMS's fault, so like blame is kind of on him for this one, but One More Day is not at all JMS.
Oh no, he was forced into that 100%.
Yeah, like he didn't even do the final issue. He left to go do Superman.
So yeah, it's not even his fault. It's just, but like this was half his fault.
Yes,
but
at least.
I commend him for wanting to do something Spider-Man mythos after the whole spider totem thing.
Because that is what JMS does best, is shaking things up with Spider-Man and doing totally different things.
Yeah. So far, Nick Spencer's best quality is that he's gone back to basics, which was the title of the first arc.
Yeah, which is kind of undoing a lot of Dan Slott's run.
Yeah, and it's one of the times where I'm like, is like good because something was fundamentally broken.
Yes, there was... I don't mean to rag on Slott, but the latter half of his run is just not good.
Like, it's...
Every post-Superior it just falls apart.
He just should have stopped after Superior.
Yeah, but he just kept going and going.
And going.
And then he went on to go do Iron Man in Fantastic Four, where in Fantastic Four he portrays Roxxon, aka the parody company of evil corporations, as like a totally legitimate business.
Sure, why not?
And meanwhile, Immortal Hulk has their Minotaur CEO try to take over the world with a fluffy Yeti man with mind control powers.
Comics are weird, but I love them.
They're the best. And the worst.
Yeah. But it's... Yeah, like JMS's strength was shaking things up to try to keep things fresh. Yeah. But like, I just feel like if he was able to do this story the way he wanted, I don't think it would have been as infamous as it is now.
Oh no, it would definitely be way less hated.
But... Because the reason the story is hated is just because the unnecessary cucking of Peter Parker.
Yes. The entire reason people know the story is they is that.
But yeah, it's just... Read the story if you're morbidly curious, but I'm not going to read this again for a long time unless I have to.
I will probably not read it anytime soon, but I will gladly remind people it happened.
Oh, yeah. I'm glad I read it again so I can remember why I just hate this.
Yeah. It's good to remember why you hate the things you hate sometimes.
Yeah. But sometimes I'm like, it wasn't this again, or read this again, and then watch it or read it, and I'm like, yep, it's just as bad as I remember. Okay.
Yep.
Like don't want to step on anybody's toes right now, and this is just my opinion, but Batman v Superman, for a while I was like, it's not that bad. Like, and then I watched it again, I'm like, oh, okay, it's bad.
I did the same thing. So
yeah, it's...
People keep telling me, watch the Ultimate Edition, it's better. It's like, that's what I watched the first time.
I watched both the theatrical and the Ultimate Edition, and I did not like either of them. Yeah. Although I do think they Superman's death better in the Ultimate Edition.
Yeah.
It just would have stuck harder if we had like 3 more movies with him as like a character instead of him being a plot device in this.
Yeah. Like my thing is, I was not attached to this Superman at all, so I felt nothing.
I was attached to him after Man of Steel because there's stuff in it that I do not like.
I
but
tapped out when him and Lois were making out over the ashes of like Kryptonian babies.
Yeah, that part was not good, and there's a lot of other stuff in it that's just weird, and Snyder just has a weird.
Maybe let the kids drown.
Yeah, Snyder just has a weird tone to his movies. That's like it's trying to be realistic, but in the end, it just comes off as just like being try hard, in my opinion.
I agree.
Okay, but we don't want to open that can of worms.
Enough people,
so I think we should wrap it up right now because we're on 2 hours. 6 minutes.
Yeah,
this is our longest episode, I think.
We just had fitting, but yeah, we just had a tangent about Batman, Superman after this exhausting Spider-Man story.
Yeah, but anyway, any last words you want to say before we wrap this up?
Just never forget the time that Norman Osborn cucked Peter Parker as his ultimate victory over him.
I cannot describe tongue, but I cannot remember what they are to express just how vile this is. Like,
it's pretty bad.
It's just one of the worst, morally wrong moments. Like, it's just so gross and exploitative. I don't know if that's one of the words, but
it's wrong. It's all it is.
It has 2000s just dribbled all over it. But
it's
bad.
It's early 2000s sitcom nonsense.
Yeah. My last words: sins past bad. So anyway, thank you all so much for joining us, and thank you guys for sticking with us so far all the way for 30 episodes. It's been a lot of fun, and hopefully we'll have some more fun stuff around the corner. Hopefully maybe we can do some more commentary tracks soon, because that would be fun. And that way you can watch some movies alongside with us, right, Brian?
Oh, that'd be fun.
Yeah.
I'd love to do more stuff like that.
So,
and less stuff about this, as much as I love to remind people about it.
Yeah. But anyway, thank you guys so much for joining us once again. My name is Alec. You can follow me at @_TheSmartAlec on Twitter.
And I'm Brian. You can follow me at RedOverviews on Twitter.
If you want to follow our podcast on Twitter, you can go at If you want to follow On Comics Ground on Twitter, go to @On Comics Ground. And if you go to our website, we post daily reviews, editorials, all that jazz. So once again, thank you so much for joining us. Thank you for bearing with us as we painstakingly explained all of Sins Past for you. We will catch you all in the next web. Bye.
Bye.